Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Creation Laboratory, where science and the Bible illustrate truths of our marvelous Creator. My assistant today is Miss Alyssa.
Hi!
Well, today we're going to talk about trust. Our experiment requires only a few supplies from around the house and a whole lot of courage. Are you prepared?
Yes.
Well, are you ready to help me teach about trust?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Alyssa, why don't you tell us what we need for our illustration today?
We'll be needing a plastic bag, sharpened pencils, and water.
Very good. Well, let's prepare for our experiment then. Let's fill the ziplock bag with water, a little more than half full, and zip the bag shut tightly. You may want to have a parent check your work when you have finished to be certain that the bag is very well sealed. Are you done yet?
Yes.
Well, let me take a look at the bag of water. Yes, very well done. Well, I think that will do perfectly. Now, before we begin the experiment, we must always come up with a hypothesis. Alyssa, if we were to take a pencil and poke it through the bag of water, what do you think would happen?
I think the water will come out if you poke a pencil through it.
Well, that does seem to be quite logical, doesn't it? What if I told you that poking a pencil through the bag would not cause it to leak? Would you trust me?
Yes.
Well, what if I told you to hold the bag over your head and poke a hole in it? Would you trust me then?
Nah.
Well, I told you today's experiment would take courage, didn't I? Well, what if I told you I was so confident in the experiment that you could hold the bag over my head and try it then?
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, let's try it then. Well, go ahead and hold the bag over my head. Okay, perfect. Now, take one of the pencils and push it all the way through the bag so that it pokes through both sides and leave it there.
Okay.
Ah, it worked, didn't it?
Yes.
Yes, amazing. No shower for me today. I haven't had one of those in years. Well, very good. Now, just hold on to that for a bit, please.
Okay.
So, why did poking a pencil through the plastic bag not result in a wet mess? Well, let's take a look at the science behind this. You see, the bag is made of plastic, which is a type of polymer. The molecules in a polymer connect in a way that is similar to a net. The molecules are all connected, but they are all able to move around. When you throw an object in the net moves to distribute the weight within the links of the net. The plastic bag does the same thing, only the polymer net is microscopic. And, similar to a net, you can poke sharp objects through it without completely breaking the net. The molecules instead adjust to the broken links, sealing around the pencil to continue to support the weight of the water. So, Alyssa, now that you've seen the bag hold up to one pencil, do you think it could hold up to a second?
Yes.
Do you trust it enough to hold it over your own head this time?
Yes.
Well, all right then. Hold the bag steady and push another pencil through the bag, making certain that the pencils do not touch. Ah, it worked again, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, let's discuss the experiment and how it relates to trust. Let's say that the water inside the bag represents us, and the bag represents God. You see, God keeps his children in the palm of his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. Do you remember that song?
Yeah.
He's got the whole world in his hand. That one, yes, it's very wonderful, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, anyway, the Bible says that he holds us in his hand, which means that he watches over us. In Psalm 139, verses 9 and 10, it says, "If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me." No matter where we go, God is always watching over us. But that does not mean we don't have difficult times in our lives, does it?
No.
No, we face all sorts of problems. Sickness, a friend moves away, our pet dies, and like these pencils, they break into our lives in a way that we think our life may fall apart. But God is able to uphold us in these difficult times. If you remember Psalm 55:22 from our experiment on fear, it applies to this lesson today as well. It says, "Cast your burden on the Lord, and he shall sustain you, and he shall never permit the righteous to be moved. We are able to endure because God holds us together. He gets us through. We can trust God in all circumstances. The Bible is filled with proof that God is taking care of his people. And the more God proves faithful, the easier it is to trust him in the future. Should we try one more pencil, Alyssa?
Yes.
Well, why don't we try this one over my head again?
Okay.
Oh, no. Ah, wonderful. It worked.
Yes.
Well, Alyssa, were we correct in our hypothesis?
No.
No, the bag didn't leak after all, did it? And what about you, boys and girls? Were you correct in your hypothesis? So, what conclusion can we make based on today's experiment? When we face through trying times in our lives, we can trust God to carry us through because he has proven himself faithful. That's all for today. Thank you, Alyssa.
You're welcome.
Well, we'll see you all next time here at the Creation Lab. Goodbye!
Bye.